It's very evident that Ruto is playing the politics of 2027. One thing that he has done as a gentleman, he has not underestimated the effect of the mountain region. If the mountain decides to back someone, that's almost 50% of the Kenyan votes they're holding in their hands. So therefore, William Ruto is playing very safe, very well, and very smart to ensure at least in 2027, he has secured his chance of winning the 2027 elections. Now, how has this happened? First of all, William Ruto already has an handshake with His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. So right now as we speak, these people are working together. And Raila Amolo Odinga is always very loyal. When he decides to support you, through thick and thin, he will be with you till the end. So from this video here, I want to analyze on what are the chances of William Ruto in 2027. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Now let me dive into the topic today. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga are working with William Ruto, and that's very clear. It was evident from the nominations that occurred. But now, how does this help William Ruto in 2027? Now, if you check very well, Ruto only has one thing to do, to ensure that his cabinet secretaries have performed to the latter. That's the first one. To ensure that the people who came with the ODM people who came in to join government have also performed very well. By fixing this problem that Kenyans have been experiencing, then it is clear that William Ruto is going to become the 2027 presidential winner again. He's going to win the election in 2027 if he fixes all those problems. Now, there's something that we cannot underestimate here, the effect of Raila Amolo Odinga and his handshake. First of all, there are things that are coming out very clear. William Ruto has decided to sacrifice the mountain. He believes if he gets a few votes from the mountain and he has Raila Amolo Odinga, then he wins the election in 2027. Very clear. Why am I saying so? You can see he's not in good terms with Gachagua. And right now, the conversation about impeaching Gachagua from office, and if Ruto wants to do it right now, it will happen, and there's nobody that can stop it. Another thing, it's also very clear that Gachagua has also decided to take the mountain and take it away from William Ruto. The campaigns of one man, one vote, one shilling are not meant to give William Ruto votes. They are meant to give Gachagua the power. Because the power, when William Ruto won the 2022 elections, the mountain was in his hands. He took it successfully from Uhuru Kenyatta. So he had it in his hands. So as he was doing in government, he had the mountain. So Gachagua is trying to take it from the mountain. For this kind of movements in the mountain, saying one man, one vote, one shilling, they would want to do, we have this, we have that. This government is of shares. Raila Amolo Odinga cannot join government. Those are all to solidify the government, the mountain towards his favor. That is Gachagua. Another thing we have to accept here, William Ruto has already sacrificed and is accepting to lose the mountain. If they decide to go, they can go. They can go. So therefore, it is very clear that when you check on what is happening here, we are going to see very serious dynamics, particularly from the coast region, Nyanza itself, actually, and Rift Valley, and Luya land. And that means it's going forward. It's going to be very clear that William Ruto is going to win elections, even without the mountain itself. Another thing I want to say here, William Ruto has decided to support Ruto against the wishes of the people of the mountain and the wishes of the campaign. That is one of the sacrifices that he has made currently in government. He has decided to work against his wishes and the people of Mount Kenya and Gachagua himself to openly support Raila Amolo Odinga to go to AU and also welcome in government to work with him. That means clearly that he knows the consequences and he trusts Raila Amolo Odinga's support. Finally, the nomination of ODM, it was a big sacrifice, taking some ministries like Treasury from the mountain and giving it to Nyanza or to other Kenyans. I feel personally that it was a huge sacrifice and that William Ruto was ready to face whichever the consequences coming 2027. Also, support for Ruto has increased in other regions, particularly the coast and Nyanza, but gone down in the parts like Mount Kenya region. And William Ruto has decided to sacrifice the support of Mount Kenya and gain the rest of the Kenyan first. The language from William Ruto right now in the country, it is let us have a national unity government. Let's have a government that includes everybody. That is not the government, that's not the language Gachagua has been speaking as far as the mountain is concerned. We can't assume his language because he's the mountain representative. Every time he speaks in support of the mountain. So therefore, when you look at what is happening right now, it's very clear that William Ruto has decided to ignore every aspect that is being spoken about by Gachagua himself and is focused on what Raila Amolo Odinga himself is doing in support of the government. So what are the things that are supposed to happen going forward? Now, from analysis, I believe very well that Raila Amolo Odinga is going to support William Ruto come 2027. William Ruto is going to win. Why am I saying so? All these sacrifices that have been made, because it is very clear Raila himself has lost also the trust of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, someone who supported him in 2027, in 2022. Despite the support was not immense, it was not so huge, still he has lost his trust. Second of all, Raila Amolo Odinga has gained trust for William Ruto. Raila Amolo Odinga has promised William Ruto that he's going to support him, and he's already doing that. Despite the words being thrown at him and here and there by the Gen Zs and millennials, the youths of this country, Raila Amolo Odinga has maintained his position that he's going to support William Ruto. It's also clear that these gentlemen have been friends ever since. They once had the Pentagon, and now they've come together once again in one government. They have taken the seat they were looking for in 2007. Now they have it. And who was it? William Ruto, who was appointment of Raila Amolo Odinga in Rift Valley in 2007. Someone who fought for Raila Amolo Odinga to become the Prime Minister of Kenya, is now holding the mantle of being the President of Kenya. He has brought in the people, his former friends. Mudavadi has brought in Raila Amolo Odinga. He has brought in Joho, who is now representing the coast. Of course, at that time, we had other leaders like Balala. He has brought in leaders from Western. He has ensured that all regions have now been brought together in one government. That is now the Kenya Kwanza government. Now, as we speak right now, he has solidified his base in support for 2027, and the only thing he needs to do is to fix the government to ensure that at least it's running like government of the people. It's not government of leaders, it's the government of the people. I am sure that Raila Amolo Odinga is going to ensure the language that has been spoken constantly by the leaders here and there, it's going to change completely. We're going to have the leaders speaking a different language when it comes to the people, addressing the issues that the government has been facing. The issues that the people have been facing. Another thing that we have to remember here, the government has accused its communication team, which speaks anything to the people. They don't care how the people feel. This time around, when we see the ministers are being vetted, they are talking of going to change their communication strategy to ensure at least they have met what the people are saying or they want. And if you see this kind of sentiments being aired here and there, it's very clear that there are changes that happen in government that are positive to my observation. Now, another thing that we cannot really alienate from here, some people are accepting that William Ruto is facing a challenge of the debts that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta himself brought to this country. So therefore, these debts that were brought by Uhuru Kenyatta, it's very clear that Ruto needs support to at least settle this. Also, everyone understands that these debts can affect the running of government, particularly even development-wise, very low. So therefore, despite the weaknesses that have been shown, that the leaders of Kenya Kwanza government have shown, it's also clear that there is a baggage of problems they carried from the previous government that have come to these, particularly the issues of debt. Now, therefore, Raila Amolo Odinga coming in government, there's a very clear indication that William Ruto has a defense mechanism, is also going to be supported, and is likely going to win because it's very clear that the support that Raila Amolo Odinga, whoever he was going to support in 2027, was the person to be the presidential candidate. Why am I saying so? What people need is the person with the people. Raila Amolo Odinga has the people. Then the second thing is the person with the money. William Ruto has the money. What does the opponent come with? Maybe Uhuru Kenyatta has money, or the Mount Kenya's mafias with money, or other Kenyans who have money and they want to support someone else. But you see Raila combined with these people, you cannot at all underestimate Raila Amolo Odinga unless he's no longer there. So therefore, it is very clear that William Ruto has already drawn his plan of 2027, and probably what's happening, William Ruto is likely going to win the 2027 elections if things go as per to the plan. His MPs, the nominees of ODM perform, the cabinet secretaries work and perform, but not the jokers that we are seeing like Alfred Mutua. And of course, William Ruto also delivering as per to the promises he gave Kenyans in 2022. Lastly, also Raila Amolo Odinga ensuring that William Ruto has done things right this time around. That is my video there and there. And if this is the first time you're watching our videos, please make sure that you subscribe, like and comment. But that's the best support. You can always give this channel. For our analysis, let's see your comments on our comment section. And kindly hit that subscription bell so that at least when we upload a new video, YouTube can automatically notify you. Thank you for watching. My name is Abel Mukwa. See you next time.